Brittany and I will be teaching cedar weaving today. We'll be doing a bracelet similar to this one.
Despite it being the weekend, these kids aren't class by choice.
So does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
Several Indigenous youth from the Songhees First Nation and nations from across Canada are spending their time learning about their culture, history, and language.
So what you're going to do is have 2 in one direction and 3 in the other direction.
This cedar weaving course is part of the inaugural year for the South Island Indigenous Youth Conference on Economic Development, hosted by the Indigenous Prosperity Centre.
They wanted to learn about art and culture, they wanted to learn about land and marine stewardship, and they wanted to learn about entrepreneurship. And so we were very excited to make that happen for them.
After consulting youth on how to design the conference, then it was time to put it all into action inside of the Songhees Wellness Center.
Yesterday there was beading, carving, and today there's like cedar weaving, bone game, and that sort of stuff.
For 15-year-old Mohawk youth Charlie Svetson, the opportunity to learn about Indigenous traditions is priceless for herself and others.
I believe that they came here to enjoy, to learn new stuff, and to know like who they are, because it wasn't too long ago that residential schools came in and just sort of wiped it out. And it's important that our next generation knows like who they are.
So again, let's go a little this way.
The youth throughout the weekend could also test their skills on what it would take to become a carver.
It shows a little bit of the determination it takes to make this an art form, and I think the reaction of a lot of the kids has been that they're intrigued and they find it calming, and so I'd like to facilitate that.
That's a war veteran, and that's the hardest word to say.
Back inside, youth and adults listen to sessions on marine and land stewardship, traditional language revitalization, and hunting practices, all geared towards youth and how they want to shape their economic future.
We want to inspire Indigenous youth to think of themselves as the creators of the economy. They get to decide what their future looks like. We want to inspire them that they can take their dream, whatever they're passionate about, and turn that into their life's work.
There's one kid, he's running around in there, but he went up to Christina, she's kind of the head of IPC, and she said, "It's the best day ever. And it's the best day I've ever had." So he's having a good time.
The Indigenous Prosperity Centre hopes that this space they've carved out for aspiring youth can become an annual event to help shape the future of Indigenous economic resilience.